ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Used to be badass, and now he's kind of... Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 2022 Retro Card Vintage Collection Spider-Man Waves Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at...
Search your feelings, you know it be true.
Dorkside Toys is a store for you. Link below. Wait, down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And yes, this is another one that I've been excited for. It looks very cool so far already. Nice image of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. It says web shooters right there. And then on the back, you can see that same image. You can see I can swap the hands. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave. Nothing on the side, top or bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the new Ben Reilly Spider-Man out of the packaging. Not looking too bad. Oh man, I'm having fun posing these Spider-Man figures. But anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories, then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So we get very little new with this figure. You get the 3 sets of hands. Again, I am happy to have the wall-crawling, thwipping, and fisted hands right over here. But yeah, these are all same parts as we've seen before. And if you wanted to switch and have a Spider Carnage, the color is not going to match perfectly. I'll show this off more later on with the head swap and everything, but I just want to point out that the color is not exactly the same. Paint apps look pretty good on these for the most part. I just have one hand missing a cobweb pattern on the pinky right over here and on the index finger, but other than that, all of the other hands have the proper paint applications. It's just one hand missing the cobweb pattern on these 2 fingers. Kind of weird. When you're taking the hands on and off, you can see that, you know, the web shooters could pop off on you, so just be mindful of that. And at first glance, I thought these were new web shooters, but they look like the same exact web shooters that we'd seen on the previous Ben Reilly Spider-Man. They look very similar. If you've ever seen any of my reviews of any of the other Ben Reilly Spider-Man figures, you'd know that this is one of the things that got me out of reading comic books. Yeah, I hated the Clone Saga and the outcome of it. You know, Ben Reilly was the real Spider-Man all along. Oh, it was horrible! But the suit design itself is not bad. You know, I don't hate this suit design. I actually do think it looks really cool. But I will say I am disappointed that Hasbro gave us the same exact head sculpt that we'd seen with the regular Vintage Collection Spider-Man figure. It would have been cool to get a Mark Bagley head sculpt with the big eyes and everything, especially because that's how the character was introduced in my mind anyway. That's what I remember when I think of this suit. I know it's changed over time. A new wide-eyed head would have been really cool to see, and then we would have been able to put that on this Spider-Man figure to get another option over here. So that would have been pretty cool. But as far as sculpt goes, everything is exactly the same as what we'd seen before. We are just looking at new paint apps, well, I guess aside from the web shooters, which I already mentioned. You can see that the paint apps go all the way through over here. I do have a little bit of this paint missing right there, like a little scuff, which wasn't me. And then the butterfly joints look very cool. I like that. So the paint applications that we have here are very well applied. I do like how this came out. I have a little bit of rub right over there. So some friction points. You're going to get some rubbing on the figure, which is unfortunate. Pretty good deco on this figure. I got to say, Hasbro's been doing a pretty good job, you know, accurately getting the paint apps on here. You can see it stops short right there, but still, there's your spider butt, and then the legs right here. They don't have the pinless joints. Again, it would be cool to get a Spider-Man figure with the pinless joints, especially because you could see the red coming through. So tempted to just paint that blue, you know, but I think it's smarter to have the red come through on this side. Ooh, a little bit of red missing right there, but the cobweb pattern looks pretty clean for the most part. This side looks a little bit better. There's looking at the spider feet, and we get peg holes. To measure out this Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure, you can see that he is still standing just around 6.5 inches tall. And then for your Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure comparison, you can see we have the first Marvel Legends Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and then we have the Mafex Ben Reilly Spider-Man. And yeah, again, you know, seeing the small eyes on this figure, it frustrates me a little bit. You can see the tone of blue is way darker on this one. Out of these 3, which one is your favorite? I'm saying this one right over here. But still, I want to see a head swap between these two. Well, I usually don't like the pizza Spidey head on the Vintage Collection body mold. That's not looking that bad to me. It looks too small. Yeah, it's not fitting it right. Yeah, that's too small. So yeah, again, it would have been cool if Hasbro gave us a new head sculpt to fit onto this body right over here. And if you want to see this body with the Spider Carnage parts, it does look pretty badass. I know the hands don't match up 100%, but it does look sick. Then for your Ben Reilly comparison, you can see the two Hasbro Scarlet Spider figures. We have the Vintage Collection version, and this one came with the maskless Ben Reilly head, so if you want to see this one on here, and that does look pretty cool. I dig that. Fits on there very well. And here's the new Ben Reilly Spider-Man next to the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure Waves Carnage. These two look cool side by side. Then here's the Ben Reilly Spider-Man next to the Peter Parker Spider-Man, or the Vintage Collection Retro Card Wave figure, and this figure is so awesome. I'm happy to see Hasbro reusing the body mold. It doesn't bother me, even though I wish we could have pinless joints, so like an updated version would still be needed with toe articulation. So as much as I love this, I still think Hasbro could make a better Spider-Man figure. Toe articulation. And then to compare this Ben Reilly Spider-Man next to all the other figures from the wave, we have the Mark I Spider Armor figure, we have the black suited Spidey, and we have the Shocker. And I meant to show this off last time, but I have this cool head sculpt over here from X-Manny 87 with the symbiote goop running up the side of the face of Peter over here, and I wanted to show that off. I meant to show it off last time. Not that anybody reminded me of it. It's something I meant to do, but yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Just need to change the hands so that they have the dots. Then here's the Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you want to show some more love, you could hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you want to give all the love, you can check out Patreon and membership if you're in a position to do so. And you want the perks, check it out, link below. This figure is really cool, but at the same time, I'm a little burnt out on the Ben Reilly Spider-Man because I feel like I just reviewed the Mafex version not that long ago. And I personally think that that is the superior figure. So, you know, this figure kind of didn't let me down. I just wasn't as thrilled about it as the black suit version. You know what I mean? So, you know, I do like it, and I think it's a very good Spider-Man figure, and I think it's the best Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure to have, you know? Well, for Marvel Legends anyway. But at the same time, I wish they gave us a new head sculpt. I wish there was some kind of new sculpting of any sort. That would have been really nice, but especially a new head sculpt would have been really cool to have. Or even if they threw in another blonde head sculpt, you know, for the Ben Reilly, that would have been cool to see too, because I know that Vintage Card Collection Scarlet Spider, I think that's going for a lot on the resale market and everything. So, you know, if they threw in something new, something a little bit more extra, that would have been really nice to have. But at the same time, I love this body mold. It's still quite a pleasure to pose around, and I did have a great time with it. And at the price point of around 25 bucks, I'm going to give this Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure a Sud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. I do read my comments. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to follow me over on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace! Fits very well. What's
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.